So dark in here. Oh, look at there. Darrow was first again. Darrow, keeping it real. Adax in Phoenix. Hey, you guys might have noticed earlier I put out a video and then I deleted it because I forgot to put the music in there. But I uploaded it again, but it didn't send out notifications. So if you didn't see it, make sure you go to my my page and you'd see the video that I made on this case. And the video I made was all based on last night's live that we had when we went over and discussed everything. Hello, Lisa and Pitzer. Let's see. Looking for Iowa City, Iowa here. So what town was the college that she went to in? Or does she go to? Let's say it like that. Anybody know the answer to that question? So where did she actually go to college? Hello? Oh boy. Can anybody hear me at all, or can anybody hear me? I must be on silent. Oh, okay. So what college did she go to? Okay, I was just wondering because I asked what college and everybody was still saying hello, 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 everybody. Hey, 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 what's going on? What's going on? I want to get right to the. So what college did she go to? Because I'm trying to figure something out. Now you have to go look it up, Jay. I made a video on it. Go check it out. Okay, University of Iowa. All right, let's see. Okay, so she got an apartment in the same city that the college that she goes to. I mean, it makes sense. I just wanted to make sure. So that's a little weird, right? So it's like she's moving on in life, kind of, right? And the boyfriend, he took a construction job, it seems like, with his brother's company. You know, not really leaving his small little town, where maybe she wanted to get out there and do something else. And so she was looking to rent an apartment in Iowa City, and that's where the University of Iowa is. Yeah, I already saw that link earlier. Yeah. That's in the video too. Yeah, the FBI joined the search, and that's probably why we aren't going to hear much coming out, because they're going to lock it up. They're not going to let anything out unless they need to. You know what I think? I think last night we sort of determined that she almost had to have been abducted. I mean, it's possible, like anything, that she went with somebody else and just, oops, I forgot my glasses and my contacts. Something like that. It seems like, here's a scenario that I think about, that she's off to college, and I don't think her boyfriend is in college, so she's out there meeting other people and stuff, right? So maybe she met somebody and just decided to, I mean, that's sort of the best case scenario, actually, to take off. But it doesn't really jive with anybody's opinion of her and how she is. And she only left with her cell phone and Fitbit, really? I mean, if you were going to go off with somebody, you'd take at least your ID and your bank card and stuff so you can actually make money. But she also had responsibilities. She was about to take a bunch of kids to a fair, and so that part doesn't really make sense to me. So I think, to me, it seems like she got abducted. And I think she got abducted from inside of her house, of the house she was staying at. I think somebody came in there, and I think it was before 10 o'clock at night. I think she got abducted, or at least was controlled in there. I don't know if you're aware of it, but the police went back a second time on Monday to that house. They went there early on, and they went back there a second time on Monday. So I think they think something happened in that house, and if you guys followed the East Area Rapist at all, you'd see that when he came in, he pretty much got people to do whatever the hell he wanted to do. So, if the perp has a gun and says, don't move or anything like that, there could be very little disturbance to the home. Let's say, for the sake of argument, that she went to sleep with that red shirt on, knowing she was going to get up, so she would just take a shower. Maybe she did this. How about this? She took a shower after she went jogging, called her mom at 7:30 and said, "Hey, what are you having for dinner?" And she said, "Brats." And so she's thinking, okay, I'm going to be there. So she took a shower first, put on the red shirt she was going to wear tomorrow because she was going to go have dinner, and then maybe just come home, watch TV, and go to sleep, and then take a shower after she came home from work the next day. So she takes the shower, puts on the shirt, and before she leaves the house, somebody comes in. And, I mean, this is all speculation, but it sort of ties in all the elements. The only element that still doesn't work is the Snapchat. However, I've heard it two different ways, that he had a Snapchat conversation, and the other one was that he opened up the Snapchat at 10 o'clock at night. Are you guys, oh man, you guys are doing all kinds of random. I'm just trying to go over a theory here. Are you guys into this, or? Right, just listen to what I'm saying, all right? Let's say at 7:30, after she went jogging at 5:30, she goes home, hangs out a little bit, then she calls her mom at 7:30 and asks what they're having for dinner, and then she's going to go over there about 8:30ish, and then be home at 9:30 or 10. But so maybe she took her shower, put her red shirt on and all that kind of stuff, and was getting ready to go, and then somebody came in and abducted her. But she had the shirt on, she hadn't put her contacts or glasses on yet, and they take her at gunpoint out, and all she had, perhaps maybe she already had her cell phone in her pocket, and apparently she wears the Fitbit 24/7, and she's forced out, and she hadn't put her glasses or contacts on. So that would explain the contacts. That would explain the shirt being missing too, if it really is missing. So what do you think of that? Right, I said that, Sarah. Yeah. 10 o'clock. He opened it at 10. But when did she might have sent it earlier at 7. Do you see what I'm saying? He opened it at 10. It doesn't mean that that's when it was sent. No, she runs all kinds of random routes. That's what they said. I think that Snapchat, if it really was sent at 10, was not sent by her. There was a picture on the phone. I don't know how Snapchat actually works, so let's say she took a picture of herself earlier or something, and then somebody sent it. However, if she'd sent it at like 7 o'clock when she was talking to her mom, like, hey, miss you, or whatever the hell, I think it said something like good night, or hell, I don't know what it said. If it said good night, then it would send it probably 10. But it doesn't make sense to me that she was supposed to have dinner with her mother, but then never showed up, but the mother never called to say, hey, what's going on? And she never called to say, hey, I'm not coming over for dinner. I mean, they literally talked about what are you having for dinner, and that she was coming over for dinner, and then she doesn't show up, but the mother said she didn't call or something. I'm confused about that part of it. I think it's weird. It's not, let's see. I don't know which one would be more likely to call. Would the mother be more likely to call if the daughter didn't come over for dinner? Or was it just kind of like, hey, maybe I'll come over and get something to eat, and there was no big deal that she didn't show up? I don't know. They called off the search because they have other information. What do you mean the video of her brothers? What do you mean by that? Yeah, I would think that. Okay, I haven't put the link in there. Just put the link if they're, you sent me the FBI one that I already saw earlier. Forget it. Jesus. Yeah, the link you sent earlier was the FBI link, though. I already saw that one. Unless you sent another link right after that. I mean, you guys typed in so many comments in like 3 seconds that... Yeah, this is a different one. Yep, that's exactly the people that I found on social media.
Distracted by that, but kind of how it works. Okay.
So, all three of us were born in the San Francisco Bay Area.
Yeah.
And in 2007, we moved here to Brooklyn, Iowa, where our mom grew up. And we lived out at our uncle's until this house.
That must have been a pretty big move for those guys, right? Like, wow, you're in this really busy place, and then you go to a tiny little town. Oh, my stomach just went. Ugh.
It was built, and so we moved into this house.
Whoa,
Thanksgiving.
jeez. Was that me, or what the hell was that? No, that wasn't me.
Thanksgiving 2008,
Wow.
I think it was, and we've lived here ever since.
Okay. And Scott, what grade are you in school, and where are you going to college and all that?
I'm going to be a senior this year. I play sports, do regular guy things. I think I'm going to go to Iowa. I haven't decided what I'm.
Regular guy things? What? I don't get that.
I made that full decision.
Cool. Okay. I'm going to ask each of you questions individually. So
It's been a whirlwind. We've gone from sad to worried to just anxious and clueless, and just we just been to every emotion there is. Really, it's really humbling. The whole town called in sick to work or took a day of leave Friday, and they were up at 5 in the morning looking for her. Just the outpour of support on social media, all the texts we're getting, all the way too much unhealthy food we're getting from our neighbors and stuff. But it's really heartwarming. I helped searched on Friday. I've been reaching out to people on social media. I've been dealing with the actual media. Just anything I can do.
I would say it's, like he said, a whole lot of negative emotions, but a whole lot of them between confusion, sadness, and sometimes even just anger at the whole situation. And we're all disappointed, and we really want her home. He's incredibly kind and sweet, and I think we would both say that she has her life planned out better than a lot of people do, and she's ready to go into the world, and she took everything with passion. She loved her friends and family, and she was eager, and that's why you see all this support. It's because she really affected a lot of people and meant a lot to a lot of people. We've said at the beginning.
So you said meant a lot. They must believe she's not alive or something.
Every day, what can we do today to help and get closer to, the ultimate goal? I mean, we've said at the beginning, every day pretty much, what can we do today to get closer to our ultimate goal of finding her, and what can we do as a family, to be productive today and not just sit around because that's doing nothing, goal of getting her back home.
By that, but kind of how it works. Okay.
Thanksgiving 2008, I think it was, and we've lived here ever since.
Okay. And Scott, what grade are you in school, and where are you going to college and all that?
I'm going to be a senior this year. I play sports, do regular guy things. I think I'm going to go to Iowa. I haven't decided what I'm going to go into yet. I haven't made that full decision. But.
Cool. Okay. I'm going to ask each of you questions individually. So
it's been a whirlwind. We've gone from sad to worried to just anxious and clueless, and just we just been to every emotion there is. It's really humbling. The whole town called in sick to work or took a day of leave Friday, and they were up at 5 in the morning looking for her. Just the outpour of support on social media, all the texts we're getting, all the way too much unhealthy food we're getting from our neighbors and stuff. But it's really heartwarming. I helped searched on Friday. I've been reaching out to people on social media. I've been dealing with
and get closer to the ultimate goal. I mean, we've said at the beginning, every day pretty much, what can we do today to get closer to our.
Yeah. Can you guys, I just started a new stream. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but. Okay. All right. No, she would run different random routes around the city. I think it could be somebody that knew that all the rest of the family was out of town. That's what I think. See, right here, it's this part right here, it says, the boyfriend, Dalton Jack, told KCRG he received a Snapchat photo from Tibbetts late Wednesday night after she would have returned to the home from her jog. It's not like they had a conversation back and forth, right? They didn't have a conversation. It was just he received the image. Now, did she send it then or not? You know, that's what we don't know. I wonder if what happened with that stream that I was just on. Yeah, it's not out there yet. Right, okay, so I'm going to say my theory again. My theory is to try to make everything work. See, I don't know if people are putting too much emphasis on the red shirt. Who knows, maybe something else happened with the red shirt. But if we have to work with the red shirt missing, and she was going to wear it the following day at a day camp for the kids, and I think they were just doing that so they could keep track of all the kids, so everybody's going to wear a red shirt. When you're at a fair, people get lost, so everyone's just going to wear a red shirt. That's my opinion. So let's say she went jogging at 5:30, because that's when she was seen near the funeral home here, and then in this area right here by someone named Craig Smith's house, just running down the street this way. And that makes sense that she was living right here too, right? She comes, just starts running down the street and goes this way. I mean, who knows? But I don't even think the jog has anything to do with anything other than somebody may have seen her on the jog. It has absolutely no relevance at all to the case, okay, in my opinion. Now, if other than somebody may have seen her on the jog, because she made it home, right? So at that point, the jog's meaningless. So she makes it home, and then at 7:30, she calls her mom, because I doubt she jogged or ran for 2 hours. Does anybody think she ran for 2 hours? I don't think so. So at 7:30, she calls her mom, and the mom says, hey, we're having brats, and expects her over for dinner. Then she doesn't show up for dinner. But she doesn't call her mom to say, hey, I'm not making it over for dinner. And the mom didn't call her, apparently, to say, hey, where are you? I thought you were coming over for dinner. That part's weird to me. Okay? But I think it's possible that she took a shower after running and got, all cleaned up. So let's say this is 6:15 or something, right? And she puts the red shirt on, and she's just kind of, well, let's say this. She got home, sat around for a while, and then she called her mom at 7:30, and then was probably going to show up to her mom's house at about 8:30. So she takes a shower, gets cleaned up, puts the red shirt on, and then during that time, just as she gets out of the shower type of scenario, and she puts the shirt on and is dressing, somebody comes in. I mean, she's sort of already, she's got the shirt on. Maybe she puts her phone in her pocket. She never takes Fitbit off. And she hadn't quite got to the point where she was going to put her contact lenses and glasses on. And then somebody came in and abducted her. And that's why she didn't show up to her mom's house. That's why the red shirt cannot be found, and that's why she left the contact lenses and the glasses at the house. Boom! See, that's just speculation based on believing that some of the facts we were told are correct. I don't even know if the Snapchat, was it a chat? Did she send the Snapchat? Now, here's another thing. If she sent the Snapchat at 10 saying good night, Then she just literally sort of ditched her mom, didn't go over to her mom's house. Then it's possible at this point that she went to sleep. She still could have gone to sleep with the red shirt on. And then when the brother called in the morning at 7:30 to say, hey, do you need a ride home? See, that's weird too, right? Need a ride home. Why? Okay, why would you need a ride home? Wouldn't you just go over and pick her up and then she would drop you off at home and use the car to go to work? I don't really get the, if she needed a ride home. So maybe she would have the, maybe she had planned to dress for work or something at her mom's house. I mean, it just, see, that part doesn't make sense. There's a lot of stuff that doesn't make sense. The parts that bug me the most are the fact that she left her glasses and her contact lenses in the house, and all of her other possessions other than her cell phone and her Fitbit. All right? If you're leaving intentionally, you would at least take something that you could pay for things with. She didn't have that. Hey Justin, have you been following this case at all? You seem like you got a little distracted there. Well, her mom said she was expecting her over for dinner. No, I think that the brother lives with the mom. I think both brothers probably live with the mom. That's what my opinion is. No, that's her boyfriend that was away, not the brother. Why didn't he ask if she was okay instead of asking her if she needs a ride? No, he texted her though. He didn't call. He just texted saying, "Hey, do you need a ride?" But she never answered. Okay, well, what would it matter if pedophiles lived on that street, Pitzer? What would it matter? Think it through there. Yeah, the boyfriend and the boyfriend's brother, I think, lived in this house right here with the fiance, and so did Mollie when she was in town. Her home is over here. You know, like, listen, if you lived with your mother in a home over here, and then you left town, and then you came back and you're staying overnight every night with your boyfriend, you would still say, my home is over here. So this is her home over here. It's 0.77 miles, I think, as the crow flies. I'm not sure why people always say crow. I mean, I'm not sure if they fly straighter than everybody else. Yeah, but it's 0.77 miles right there. That's why they checked all of these fields over here. They probably thought it's possible that she was heading over to her mother's house for dinner and got abducted on the way over to having dinner. Okay? Would you go to your mother's house without your glasses or your contacts? I think I read somewhere where she didn't really go anywhere without those things. Well, it doesn't matter if she looks young or not. That's not what pedophiles are. People that are looking for prepubescent, like 8 or 9, 10, and things like that. You know, she's not that. She's 20. She doesn't look like, so take that theory out. That's not part of it. How do we know she did not have contact in at the time? I don't know what that means. Yeah, maybe there's a sex offender out there. Yeah, I'm sure they'll look at sex offenders. But this last one they'd look at would be the pedophiles in this case. They'd look at rapists and things like that. Yeah. See, I thought it could be somebody that she knew. I think that's what I was saying on last night's live. Could be somebody that she knew. It is strange. Somebody mentioned on last night's live that, wow, she went missing right when they were all out of town. And see, that is weird, right? Like, what are the odds? Now, look where she was staying, way out here on the edge over here. You know, it's like almost, I mean, this part here is really dense. There's homes everywhere. But it's right on the edge of town, basically. There's really not, I mean, after this, it's just single houses every half mile or so. So he's right there. And this is exactly the spot where him and his, Blake and his fiance took the picture when they bought this place in April. And I'm sure they live there. And I'm sure, because it looks like they sort of bought it to live there, but it's also the address of the construction company that they created. What's the update? Did the title say that it was an update? We're just discussing the case, because now we've got it more narrowed down a little bit. Right, so we've got the, it's called Jack Building and Design, and guess what? Their last name is Jack. So I think Blake started the company, and Dalton just works for his brother there. And they were out of town on a job, and obviously Blake would be gone too because it's his company, and then the fiance probably went with them too. So that's why all three of them were about 100 miles away, and they asked Mollie if she would dog sit for them. So she stayed there. Then she went on a jog, seen on the streets around 5:30. Then 2 hours later she made a call to her mother. So obviously she made it home, or you know, she's somewhere else. She's not running anymore, right? I would just guess that she made it home, probably sitting around watching TV or whatever, then talked to her mom and maybe thought, oh, crap, I'm going to go over there for dinner. It sounded like it was like she was supposed to go over there for dinner, if you listen to what her mom said. Yeah. Yeah, neither of them look upset. But I don't know. Some people just don't look the way you want them to look. I try not to do that anymore. You know, if they use strange wording, like when he said, I just do normal guy things. I don't know why you needed to inject that in there, but who the hell knows, you know? People act differently. There is no, you know, they don't act like they see when you're watching TV. No, it's not like Sandy Hook, Raven. It's not like Sandy Hook, all right? There were people that died in Sandy Hook. I'm a Sandy Hook free zone here. If you believe that Sandy Hook's a hoax, unsubscribe and leave the conversation, all right? I don't want you in my channel if you believe Sandy Hook's a hoax, all right? Immediately unsubscribe. All right, let me see what I got here. I wonder if it's going to add this live to the previous live, because I don't see the other one. It never made it up into the my video section. Yep, it's real, Kim. That's exactly right. But you have a lot of morons out there that really believe Sandy Hook's fake, like literal morons. Yeah. So the thing is people out there that. You know, when you judge the look of how somebody's acting all the time, it's not really good, because we're not experts at any of that kind of stuff. And I mean, we have intuition. Sometimes it's obvious kind of stuff. But if somebody doesn't cry right when you want them to cry, it doesn't mean anything. Okay? What are you talking about, Summer? Oh, really? You're kidding me. Wow, so I actually stopped the live, and then they... Oh, you know what? I might be... You know how they... When your phone gets disconnected, and then it kind of still waits for you to get a signal again, and then it adds it? I bet that's what happened. I got back on so quick that it realized, hey, let's add this back. Oh, that's awesome. All right. So I guess we didn't lose that first part, even though there's going to be about a minute of darkness. Absolute darkness. Ah, weird. Huh. So you didn't have to go out to a new one. All right. Yeah. So what are your guys' theory? Does it sound reasonable that perhaps she got home she was at home at 7:30 anyways, and was going to go over to her mom's house maybe at 8 something. Took a shower, was just going to go over there for dinner. Hell, maybe she was even going to stay overnight. No, she couldn't do that because she's dog sitting. So maybe she was going to go over to her mom's house, walk over there, or get picked up. I don't know how she was going to make it to their mom's house. It's only 0.77 miles. And then she came... she was maybe going to go over there, and after she'd already put on the red shirt, phone in her pocket, she was about to get the glasses and contacts when somebody came in at gunpoint and got her out of there. And maybe this was like 8:30. It's already getting a little bit darker out. Who knows, right? Oh, really? Only 37 minutes? Well, that makes sense. Yeah, so that's the full time. Wow. Okay. Yeah, so it could be somebody she knows too. And she left. She could have even left willingly. Maybe she even said something like he said, "Hey, I just came by to say hello." And then she said, "Well, I'm heading to my mom's house." And he goes, "Oh, I'll give you a ride." And then once she's in the car, he takes over. You know, that would make it really easy to get her out of the house. Yeah, it's okay. Hey, you know what? Dislikes actually help your videos. I looked it up today. A dislike and a like are the same thing. It just means that people are interested in what you're saying. It doesn't matter if there's dislikes or not. So everybody here, make sure you like it too, so we can get the likes up, dislikes, do whatever you want. I don't mind at all. No, but unblocking them, you can still dislike a video even if they're blocked. Me unblocking all the haters had nothing to do with anything. I think somebody just didn't like me on another channel and said, "Hey, let's get our kooky little friends to go out and dislike." But all it does is actually boost up my video. Thank you. Keep doing it. It just means there was somebody else that watched it for a second, you liked it or disliked it. It doesn't matter. Thank you. I mean, one of my videos has 1.3 million views and has almost 40% dislikes. So it doesn't bother me at all. Keep them coming. 25, get it 26, 27, make it 100. Be awesome. I appreciate it. I don't know who I pissed off. I don't really care. It helps me out. They just don't know that. They're dumb. Yeah. Yeah, comments, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. What's funny is I uploaded another video, the same video that I had uploaded, and who cares, Jesus. Yeah, 12 years, 64,000. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Well, it is kind of funny, don't you think, that they're out there trolling around. See, Straight Drop shouldn't care that people dislike his videos. You don't need the likes up. It doesn't matter. I actually did research on it today. All YouTube cares about is that that you're trending. Oh, look, he's disliked, like, who cares? As long as people are there, you know. That's it. So when you hit the dislike button, it actually proves that you were there and so interested that you wanted to hit the dislike button. It's awesome. Thank you. See if we can get the dislikes up to 50, 100. Thank you. So let's do the, maybe we can just look around here. Here's a street view at the, that's where she lived. And then I guess she could have cut across that way, a cornfield. You know, that'd be the quickest way. It'd be 0.77 miles. But if she went down the streets, it'd be a little bit longer. Yeah, they're so stupid, these people. Alright, so let's see, where are we right now? Any streets to turn left on? Oh yeah, so let's keep going down there. So this is the route that if you were driving to get to her mom's house. Just like this. Did I go down the right street right there? Hold on. I needed to be over one more street. I turned down this one. Should have gone to this last one right here. So this is kind of like a main street in the town here. It's a little bit wider. Thanks, Hyrule. It's good that you know what YouTube loves is when you have almost as many likes as dislikes, because then they know people are going to be arguing back and forth, and you know somebody's going to come on and it doesn't affect anything. They love it. All right, so you're going down here. Okay, I think I almost passed it, so it was right there. Just going down the street here. And then you turn into here. Sort of one of those development areas. And Mom lives right in this house right there. So if you look, that's from this angle. From the sky here, this is where the mother lives, and that's where the house she was staying at. So that's why police were checking around in this area, because the quickest way would be to walk this way, but I doubt you'd walk that way if the corn was up, right? You're not going to walk through a cornfield. You wouldn't even know where the hell you're going at that point. Yeah, I'm just off to the side chatting away. Let's see. You know, so I mean, I guess she could have left the house, had the red shirt on, and got abducted walking over there, and just didn't need her glasses and contacts. But if her brother was going to pick her up, let's see, how would that work? If she was going to go over there for dinner, how would she have gotten there for dinner? Walk? Would she have walked the whole... I mean, it's a mile. It's not like it's a big trek or anything. That'd be so great to be able to get some of the answers to those questions. Okay, let me look at this one. This is one Darrow sent me. Mollie Tibbetts, a University of Iowa student and avid jogger who ran on the cross-country team during high school, disappeared. We already know that part. Let's see. The UI student was getting ready to move into her own apartment and was anticipating the upcoming school year. According to Mollie's mother, Laura Calderwood, Mollie and her boyfriend were also planning an international trip next month. I forgot to put that in there. Yeah, like early August, they're going to fly to the Dominican Republic for, I believe, Blake's and his fiance's wedding. Let's see. Poweshiek County Sheriff Tom Kriegel said that he is confident that every home in Brooklyn has been visited. Every farm building, barn, and shed in the area has been searched. Okay. Huh, that's interesting. That'd be pretty easy to do, though, with only 1,400 people living there. So that means, I mean, if you look at this totally, look at that. I mean, one officer could actually do half the town by himself in a day. It wouldn't even be... So if you had it canvassed by 5 or 6 people, it'd be easy. I'm wondering, though, what makes me a little nervous is this creek right here that we showed last night. It's right here. I don't know... I mean, her mother just lives right over there. But this is a pretty sort of isolated area, even though it's amongst where homes are. It's really wooded on the edges, so I don't know if she possibly could be in there, you know, which would be really bad news. And that thing goes on for a while, ways, doesn't it? Huh. That's wild. I don't think, I think you can rule out the runaway part. Almost. I mean, it's possible, but it's really not likely. You know, you leave everything at home except your phone and your Fitbit. Things she, you know... What, does she marry a billionaire right off the bat? And, you know, like meet some guy that's got millions of dollars and he said, oh, I'll just take care of everything. I don't know. That doesn't make sense. But is it possible? Sure, right? How many dislikes are we up to now? I'm hoping to get it up to like 50. Stuff like kidnapping, conspiracy, murder, serious white collar and blue collar crimes. Who are you talking to? What? Sweet. Yes. So is it 2727? That's exactly the formula that I want. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. No, I'm just saying, I looked it up. YouTube likes, they don't give a damn if you get a dislike or a like. It doesn't mean your video, oh, well, only because it's liked are we going to share it. They want to share it because people, it's a controversy. People are like, oh my God, they didn't like it, but there's more that liked it and this and that and everything. Or maybe there's more that didn't like it. They love it. So make sure you keep, who's ever out there disliking it, keep doing it. I really appreciate it. Thank you. All right, what we got? Well, it's good to have likes too, Sarah, but it's you want a good mix of it, you know? So basically right now, it's equivalent to having 90 likes or whatever, 67 likes. Because all likes, 67 likes is the same thing as 40 likes and 27 dislikes. It just means that there were 67 people that thought enough to check one of the boxes. Yes, sir. Wee-hee-hee. What's also weird about YouTube is they should have an algorithm that blocks accounts for disliking a video within the first minute of it. Like actually shutting down those accounts, because that means those accounts are actually trolls that don't give a damn what you are actually saying. That's why they don't have it affect the viewership of your video, the dislike-like count. I don't think she was very active on Facebook at all. Her last post was like in May, before that. I think she used other, younger kids aren't really big Facebook users. People that are 20, 16 to 22, they're using other stuff, Snapchat. Hell, I don't even know the names of them, but they use the other social media. Yeah, Instagram, right. Yeah, there's, I'm not saying there aren't any kids on Facebook, but they're not. Facebook is huge for people like 35 to 80, I mean, like, it's just, that's where they are. It doesn't have as big of a turnout on the younger people. They usually have an account, but they don't use it as their go-to app or anything like that. Yeah, so it's interesting that somebody's into their laptop, isn't it? And when you see that somebody's into her laptop, you start wondering if she was getting any other communication on social media. Sometimes people are too free with their geo information. That kind of thing. Maybe they're looking for that. Maybe they're looking for a conversation she may have had with somebody. The fact that they called off the search kind of, a couple days ago even, because they had other information they were pursuing, means that they had something that at least lets them realize she's not even in the town anymore. Something like that. So that could be good news. Well, I don't know. There's a possibility she was kidnapped and held. They wouldn't know if she's dead or not. Kim. There's three options. She was kidnapped and she's being held. She was taken and murdered, or she left on her own and merely and just said, you know what, the hell with it. I'm throwing caution to the wind and just taking off without any of my information and scaring the hell out of my family and not taking care of the dogs I promised to take. There's so much that doesn't work with her leaving intentionally. I can almost just rule that out. I'm not saying it's not possible, and it could actually be the case, but nothing that I've seen makes me think she left on her own. Let's put it that way. You know, it's interesting that she was moving to an apartment quite a ways away from her boyfriend. Although, you know, school's starting up in a month or two, you know, a month and a half from now, 2 months from now. Right. Yeah, exactly. The FBI isn't going to get involved if they thought she left on her own. But just based on everything we know, it doesn't make sense. She was taking care of dogs. She abandoned those. She had to meet with kids in the morning and go to a fair. She didn't go to that. Then she was supposed to have dinner with her mom. She didn't show up to that. She didn't answer any text message. I think it's really pretty obvious that she got abducted. Knew her, had her dogs with it. Yeah, see, that's weird, isn't it? She had her dogs. And, let's see. Alright. So I'm trying to figure out who takes care of the dogs, like when she would go to, were her boyfriend and brother coming back soon? So she could actually go to work all day. I mean, I guess dogs are okay if you have them like in a bin or something like that. My dog, actually, you know, we put him in a crate at night, and in the morning I open the crate, and he'll sit in there till noon. I mean, he doesn't. He's like and then I actually have to reach in and grab him and pull him out, and he's like this, hey, leave me alone, okay? God, I just wanted to sleep in. And then about 8 o'clock at night, that's when he wants to play, you know, just. I could leave my dog for a day, you know. I think people are too like dog, you know, like, oh my God, they're not going to survive if I'm not around. You know, look, if you have a little dog or something, and you have to leave town and you can't find anybody, and you have to leave town for a day, one night, for example. Look, you can put them in a room, put newspaper out, give them a full bowl of water, put an air conditioning unit in there, and some food and his crate, his little bed. And God dang it, he's going to survive overnight. He really will. He'll make it. Well, I had 15-year-olds, 17-year-olds that I would leave there. They're okay. It kind of sucked sometimes. The 17-year-old Pomeranian that I used to have, I kept that dog alive way too long with heart medicine. I mean, she was one of the best dogs I ever had, but it was just, you know, I think it was sort of selfish of me to keep her going. Kind of sucked. Yeah, I'm just saying, I think people are a little too, I mean, if I had a big dog, I don't know if I could do that, because, hell, you don't know what that dog's going to do in that room. I want to get out, you know, break the door, and, you know, but a little 6-pounder isn't going to do anything. Yeah, see, that's fine, you know, especially if there's a friend, like another dog with the dog, right? Yeah. Well, I love dogs and everything, you know, because I have one. But I'm not one of the people that put dogs ahead of people. Right? Like I've said before on here, if there was a fire and I didn't even know the human, and my dog was in there, and I could only save one. I would save the human. Right? That's just what it is. That's my fire story right there. That's how I know. Like, I would save the human first, and don't say, well, then I would try to save the dog. No, you don't get the option, right? Yeah, either hit the like button or hit the dislike button. Either one works for me. Thank you. Yeah, the crate thing is so great, because when you go to sleep at night, you put the dog in the crate and you go to sleep, and you don't have to worry about anything. The thing about my dog, like I said, is when I open the crate up in the morning, he just sits in there like a wet rag. I mean, just literally, you look in there and you see his head sort of sticking through a part of it. It's pretty funny. Yeah, it wouldn't depend at all who the human was for me. I mean, if I knew the human was a murderer, then yeah, I'd probably save my dog, right? But if you just don't know, you're going to save the human, right? Even if it was an 80-year-old human and my dog was 6, right? You know how stupid, look at society would judge you horribly. And not only that, I don't know, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. What's weird to me now is because my dog, to me, is almost like a human that got stuck in a little Chihuahua body. So I don't know. This dog I feel differently about other dogs that I've had. I don't know. He's a little smarter than he should be. If you know what I'm talking about. Hey, you guys have heard the term jumping the shark, right? I think I might have explained it before. Do you guys actually know what it means? Because that's what's going on in the Kanika Jenkins case right now. I'm switching it for just a second. The stories the videos and things that people are making right now are so absolutely ludicrous. Like, they're coming up with these stories that are, oh my God, there's somebody walking with her and holding her up and moving her around. I thought that comment that I made a video on the other day was sort of a one-off thing. But man, that's the new rage right now. It's amazing. Unbelievable shit, really. Anyways, yeah, so what it was jumping the shark is actually a term from Happy Days where they ran out of all the ideas, and at the very last episode, basically, they said, you know what? Let's put Fonzie on water skis, replete with leather jacket, and we'll do it in the ocean. What we'll do is we'll put a great white shark in between the two ramps, and then we'll have Fonzie go up the ramp and jump over the shark, and by God, that will be the grand finale. Yeah, it was out in the ocean. It wasn't a shark tank. Yeah. Yeah, it was hilarious. So come on, you got to admit that was some funny shit. I wonder if that I don't even want to play it. I'll probably get a strike. They'll probably be like, "Oh, he used our video." Oh, jeez. Yeah, just think about the writers sitting around. Like, I picture it like this. You have the writers for Happy Days. They're sitting around and they go, "Jim, do you have any fresh ideas?" And the guy goes, "No." "Hey, Cindy, how about you? Do you got anything?" "No." God, we already did all the skits with Arnold, man. Hey, John, what about you, buddy? "Can't think of anything." And then they all look at me. "Hey, what about you?" And then I say, "Well, I've been mulling this around for a while. Let's put Fonzie in the ocean with his leather jacket on and have him go over a ramp with a shark." Phew! God, just picture that scene, man. That is the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard of. Yeah, the marionette madness. Yeah. Dubuque is just where they were working on some construction. Hey, Megan, what's the like to dislike count now? Can you let me know real quick to this video? The like to dislike count. Okay, can you put one down for, hey, Megan, make sure to make that 29. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Oh, wait, no, I want the dislikes. Yeah, so add one to the dislike, Megan. Put one on there for me. And make it 44 to 30, if you could. I'd really appreciate it. No, it doesn't. Hey, Darlene, I already checked it out. It doesn't affect anything. Okay? It doesn't move the needle on whether or not people watch your videos. It's just so people feel good by hitting it. It doesn't have any effect, all right? No, you weren't the one that told me that. I told you that earlier today when I looked it up. Okay? You might have said something. Oh, it doesn't matter, Gray. Right? It doesn't matter if you. I'm not going to read the chat. I already knew it earlier today. I looked it up myself, and then I told you that in the chat. You said, "Oh, it doesn't matter, Gray." Right? I know that. I already knew that before you told me that. You just said it didn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. Who cares? Kind of thing. Like, don't delete the video. Ah, Jesus Christ. I already knew all of that prior to you saying that, but I thought you were saying, oh, it doesn't matter, don't delete your video. That's it. Okay? In a forecast. I'm used to bullets and deaths. Yeah, I mean, I actually looked up an article on it earlier in the morning because I was thinking, God, does this stuff really matter? And it didn't matter. Yes. That's right, Doreen. I'll have to go pull out my when I searched the URL and then when you made your comment so that I can prove it to you. But see, I don't want to waste my time on something like that. Yes, 4831. Excellent. If any of you haven't selected one yet, make sure you select one. Just pick which one you want. Like, actually, what I would do is say, heads is like, tails is dislike, and then flip it, and then click, do that one. Well, thank you. I mean, listen, I'd rather have people like it because they like it, right? But I'm just saying, it doesn't matter at all. Not tonight, Fierce, huh? Oh, hell no. Yeah, because Daro's wrong on what she just said. She did say that in a chat. She said, oh, it doesn't matter, Gray. But I had already looked it up prior to that. Yeah. That's not why I deleted the video earlier. I deleted the video earlier because I forgot to put the audio in. And that's when I told her, I said, hey, look at all those dislikes I got. And then I deleted it, and then she said, "Oh, it doesn't really matter about." And I already knew that though. That's not why I deleted the video. Thanks, Justin. All right. I like to have a little better, like the ratio about like that. It's looking good. Looking good. Yeah, I'm sort of wondering though, what's going on though out in the social media world with the whole Kanika Jenkins case. Here, I'm gonna say it again right now. If you're only subscribed to me because you want Kanika Jenkins stuff, unsubscribe immediately. Okay? I don't want you on as a subscriber. All right? If you're only here for Kanika Jenkins stuff, unsubscribe. All right? I'm expecting my subscribe count to drop after I said that. I'm begging you. Yeah, I mean, I've made a video here and there on the Kanika ones recently just because you see such mind-boggling nonsense. It's unbelievable. Oh, look at that. Look in the video there. I see things you don't see, Gray. Yeah, I know. You see. I guarantee you that. Okay? I'm seeing reality, and you're seeing weird stuff. Monsters and arms and all kinds of sort of things. You know, like somebody actually said in this video, oh, look, you can see Irene holding up Kanika down in the halls. That's why you don't see her anywhere. I mean, it's just pure nonsense. These people, it's embarrassing as hell to watch, really. Really embarrassing. Yeah, people got upset. Gray, I can't believe you did the marionette thing. No, they said that the marionette thing was me showing. They said that she was being held up in the halls, and they were making her look like she was walking. So it reminded me. My video said, I'm putting in what I thought of when I read this, right? So what they did was they had these crackpot editors that went in and edited out every single person that was holding her up, and somehow it still looks like her stumbling around. What a miracle. Yeah, she wasn't even alive at the time, apparently. Unbelievable stuff there, right? Incredible, really. I wish these people actually realize how weird they sound. Okay? It's mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. Yeah, that's what I said. It's what came to mind when I read what she wrote. It's like I thought of marionette, because that's the same kind of thing, right? This thing, the strings are moving around, moving the arms. So these people were actually the marionettes, moving her arms in a certain way to make it look like she's walking. Or no, Gray, they're holding her up, they're helping her around. But what they did was they edited them all out. Do you know how much work that is? It's insane how much work that would be to edit out people holding her up and make it look like it does. It looks totally legitimate, right? And that's because, by God, it is. Oh, it literally is real surveillance footage. That's not very clear because the quality of the camera sucked. All right. But again, if you're only here for Kanika, and you're only here to troll Kanika comments, troll this and that, then unsubscribe. You can always watch the videos, but I don't want you to be burdened with my other videos. Oh crap, it went up one. Dang it. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Thank you, Crystal Perez. She just subscribed. I appreciate it. The uncle was looking into the Rosemont police, and yeah, I don't believe that at all, though. I don't think either one of those were killed having anything to do with Kanika Jenkins' case. I think it's just Zach TV was into a bunch of other stuff, filming different things, and something he probably filmed got him in trouble. The uncle, it's Chicago, right? It's just... Of course, that's what they're saying, because they want to come up with an answer for it. Zach TV was not killed because he tried to... because somebody thinks he was paid to reopen the case. Why wouldn't they want the case reopened? Although I can't read your sentence. It doesn't read very well. I don't know what you're saying, actually. Right. He apparently he made a video, right, that showed gang members, and then they arrested those gang members, right? Isn't that the reality of it? And they arrested the gang members, and then later they they got him back or something. Well, that's just your opinion then. I roll. I'm just saying that makes more sense to me. No, I'm talking about. Forget it. I don't want to talk about that aspect of it. I don't care at all about that stuff. Okay, what I care about is that the case was not a murder. It's not even close, and it's still being sold as such. It's ridiculous. I think my dad actually lived in the west side. He was a basketball player way back in the day, where they take those stupid shots. He was one of the leading scorers, but a guy that made it to the NBA. You know what's funny is my dad was just telling me the story that let's see, this guy came up to him, this taller black guy, way later in life, and I guess he was a doctor too, and he came up to my dad and said, "Hey, I shut you down." And my dad was like, "I don't even know what you're talking." He didn't remember. And then he went and found the actual game, because he kept all of his games, and he found the game where this guy, and he made it to the NBA, the guy his friend knows, just absolutely shut him down. That was pretty funny. Yeah, I love basketball. I think basketball is probably the best sport. The best individual sport is golf for me. But basketball, it's absolutely the quintessential team sport. Like literally, it's also a sport where one player can make a big difference, but everybody's got to be, you can't have one guy and the other people just terrible. I mean, LeBron's almost pulled that off a few times, but he's never had terrible teams. Baseball, Jesus. Baseball blows, man. Jesus. Although I got to say, my Oregon State Beavers won the national championship. Those are fun to watch. I like watching the playoffs in baseball. But, game 87 of 162 game season, yeah, not really. Yeah, I mean, saying baseball blows wasn't right. I just don't think it's a game that you can say, "Hey, wow, I'm excited to watch a baseball game tonight." Like every single time I watch an NBA game, I can't wait. I'm really excited for the whole game. But baseball, my God, Game 37, There's a lot of strategy to baseball that a lot of people don't really know. But, who cares? The part I don't like about baseball is there's a lot of luck factor to it. You play the odds to be more lucky. So you'll say, well, this right-handed pitcher has an ERA of .27 against, or let's say 1.2 against left-handed batters, but 3 point against right. So then you take him out of the game, put the other guy in that pitches better against right-handed pitchers. And then the guy gets a base hit anyways, because swinging the bat, you have a chance of hitting it. There wasn't any latest Ada. We just kind of went over it again. So basically, I think we've all come to the conclusion that Mollie was abducted, and that it's possible that she was abducted just before heading over. Hey, how about this, Ada? Ada, how about I came up with my theory. I'm going to repeat this whole thing. Well, I guess the only new stuff is that the FBI it took over, and they also have checked every single home, every single shed, every single barn in the entire city, which wouldn't actually be that hard, even with 4 or 5 officers. All right. So here's my theory, Ada. Check this out. Watch. It incorporates everything. So here we go. She's running at 5:30. She's seen by the funeral home here. Then she makes it home. So the jogging aspect is totally irrelevant unless she was seen by somebody who eventually followed her. She makes it home. And then at 7:30, she calls her mom and perhaps, they're going to have dinner together, eating brats. So then she takes a shower. Maybe she then puts on the red shirt. And then is going to go head over there, maybe get over there at 8:30, have dinner, then come back to this house right here at, say, 9:30 or 10, and go to sleep, get up in the morning. Maybe the brother was supposed to pick her up, bring her back home. I don't know how that was supposed to work with the brother, right? Forget that part, though, because it's sort of irrelevant to what I'm saying. So let's say at 7:30 she calls her mom, and then around 8, she's still in the shower at 8. She gets out of the shower. She puts on the shirt. Maybe she's even put her phone in her pocket. Has her Fitbit on always. Then somebody breaks into her house or comes to the door that maybe she even knows this person. And something happens and she's then abducted, right? So that then takes care of the red shirt missing, her leaving the glasses and contact lenses there because she hadn't put those on yet. The person came to the door just prior to that. And that's why there isn't a lot of disruption in the home. The police did go out there a second time yesterday to check that same house out. So there you go. That right there is the only way I think it's possible to incorporate let's say this. And the reason I say that is because she didn't go there for dinner. And she didn't even call to say, hey, I'm not coming over for dinner. It's also equally strange that the mother didn't call her and say, hey, where are you? You're supposed to come over for dinner. All right? But if she's not there, that explains why she didn't go over there for dinner. Because what else would she be doing? She's alone, taking care of dogs. Why wouldn't she go over to her mom's house for dinner? So I think something happened to her between 7:30 and 8:30. I think that's when she was abducted. That's my theory. Okay, Rita. What are you going to eat, by the way? All right, Deuce and Lisa, hee-hee, on the same team. A pie? What the heck? What kind of pie are you going to eat? No, she didn't call. That's what I was saying. She doesn't say she called. She just said she didn't show up for dinner. That's it. Yeah. So that incorporates sort of some of the stuff you were saying, Ada, that maybe she had the shirt on. But I can see her putting it on right after she goes running, right? So let's work with this again. She goes running, she's sweaty, she's around the house, 7:30, maybe she lollygags for a little bit, gets in the shower at 8:45, is going to go over to the house to get a hot dog a little bit later, takes a shower for 15 minutes, starts, dries her hair, and then she realizes, hey, I'm just going to put the shirt on now because I've already taken a shower for the night, put the red shirt on now, puts her phone in her pocket. She's getting ready to leave. She's about to get her glasses and contacts, and then boom, somebody comes in, knocks on the door that maybe she knows, or somebody comes in with a gun on her and controls her that way. We don't know, but that makes sense to me. All right. A pie? Well, so what kind of pie? I missed that, what she said for the answer to that. Meat. Oh, like an Australian meat pie? A 4 and 20? That's right, you're from Australia, right? G'day, mate. I got 109,000. That's me all you sky, mate. Of course, that doesn't really sound Australian. It sort of a mix between some cottony British. Hey, listen to me, everybody. Do yourself a favor. Go online and try to order some 4 and 20 meat pies, okay? Just do it. You can order them from overseas and shit. They're going to come in, and then you eat those. They are the best damn thing. Get them I think they only have one kind. There's beef. Maybe they have new ones now. But they are the best damn things ever. As a matter of fact, if they started selling those at baseball games, hot dogs would have a hard time. Yeah, you wouldn't sell any more hot dogs if there was 4 and 20 meat pies. What they have over there is they have like tomato sauce, ketchup basically, and then you have the 4 and 20 meat pie, and it's this creamy beef inside that same pastry-like thing that we have in our own chicken pot pies, but a little bit better than that. And you sort of dip it in the ketchup and eat it. Oh God! I used to go to the footy games over there. My team was the Richmond Tigers. Richmond Tigers. Yeah. It is a good idea. My mom thought of doing it. I'm wondering, though, if they're not... they're not allowing it because they're just so much better. God. Seriously, go online. Order the 4 and 20 meat pies. I actually did it one time. Got a box of like 20 or so. Might cost you an arm and a leg, but gosh darn, they're worth it. Kind of a weird name, though, right? It's 4. I believe it's the FOUR and then apostrophe N, and then 20 written out too. If my mind's remembering this correctly. Let me see if I can find this online here. 4 and 20 meat pies. Yep, that was right. Look at these. Let me see if these are on YouTube. Jesus, these are... Man, they're on there. Yeah. Come on, tell me if you... This guy better give me a...
I don't know what I'm doing with my hand, but for some reason, I think it's helping me taste it better, so I'm going to continue doing it. That this is...
Come on,
you do not know me well enough.
Wait a minute, this guy should have already been eating these things. Why are you just testing it?
5 health star rating, so it's hard to get these stars. So they... Now, I'm not a huge mac and cheese fan.
Ah, forget it. Anyways, they're good. Trust me. Let's see. Well, the part about the morning, Wendy, that I was thinking about was that then why didn't she call her mom to say she wasn't coming over, and why didn't she respond to any of those text messages at early in the morning? I mean, it's possible, sure. It just seems like so in the morning, let's say she's getting ready in the morning, she puts the red shirt on and she gets abducted. Yeah, I mean, that's what I was saying yesterday. So, I mean, that's possible, but I just think that the fact that she didn't respond to, say, hey, Mom, I'm not coming over for dinner or anything like that is weird. So I think that it's either one, actually. But also, remember, the brother called at 7:30 in the morning, but maybe she was already up getting ready. I don't know. I'm trying to work in the red shirt. See, the red shirt causes problems. Now, if tomorrow they find the red shirt, then it's like, hell, she was abducted in the middle of the night. It could be a number of different things. The red shirt part causes issues a little bit because you have to kind of figure out, like, gosh, why would she put that red shirt on now, or Yeah, I just made one earlier today I deleted it because I forgot to put the music on it. Right, that's what I said, Lisa. I said that she put it on, then she put her, the phone in her pocket, had the Fitbit on, then she was about to go get the... Yeah, I mean, so it's either in the morning or the night. The morning seemed less likely, like I've said about 10 times now, is that there was no more conversation with... I'd like the key to a lot of stuff is the information behind that Snapchat. Was it literally sent at 10 o'clock? If so, I have another question. What was she doing for 2.5 hours when she was supposed to be over at her mother's house having dinner? Why didn't she call or something? Is that something she would normally do? It sounded like they literally were supposed to have dinner. They discussed what they were having for dinner. See, that's what the call was about. Hey, what are we having for dinner? Oh, we're making, hell, all of a sudden I can't remember. Brats, right? And so she was going to go over there and eat it. Right. See, that's the part that's weird. Maybe she did do that, but they're not saying. She never made it seem like she checked on to see why she didn't call. Or, go to there for dinner. She never said that. The stories always jump. See, that's what I mean. These are terrible reporters that do these stories. They're talking to the person, and they don't ask the obvious stuff. They just go, oh, and then she sent a Snapchat to her boyfriend. Really? But what about, wasn't there some questioning, like, where are you? You were going to come over for dinner? Maybe see, that would have solved some issues. If the mom had called over and she said, yeah, I just didn't feel like coming, we'd know that now. And then we'd know she's still alive at 8:30 or 9, doing things. And then she sent the Snapchat, but all we hear now, I've heard two things, right? So this is the contradictory information. I've heard, okay, the Snapchat, we had a Snapchat conversation. And then the other one is he opened up the one Snapchat image, and that's it. Because we haven't heard about anything else. There was no other, and then she sent me back another one. We only hear that there was one image, and it was inside somewhere. Gosh, I keep getting more subs. Hey, Almadin Kujovic. Sorry, I had a hard time seeing it. It was kind of small. Huh? Who's talking about ordering food? Oh, you mean... I don't know, Michael. Yeah, that's one of those ones. The key... I don't care if she ordered out food. What I care about... yes, that would establish some more timeline stuff. I want to know why she didn't call her mom and say, hey, yeah, I'm not coming over. Brats just didn't sound good to me after my run. It's like, what a killer. Like, you go running for 45 minutes, burn about 400 or 500 calories, and then you have a 700 calorie brat with the bun. Yeah. Right. We already said that, Annie. But yeah, maybe it was maybe she wouldn't just call. But her mom made it sound like it was kind of weird that she didn't show up. And then didn't her mom say something like, well, I thought maybe she had something to do with work, so I didn't call. It was like the next day. See, I thought that was weird that the next day, after she didn't show up for dinner, and then the brother wasn't able to get a hold of her, you wait till later in the day to finally start being worried. I've been worried when he didn't show up for dinner. Right, that's what I'm saying, Lisa. So I don't use Snapchat, but that's what I was kind of thinking, that she took the image, sent it to him, but he just didn't get to it. Like, he was probably out having a few drinks after a day of construction with his his brother, right? So he sends it, And I'd like to know, did he respond to that? So is that how Snapchat works? So you can take an image and they can just open it whenever they want. And does it disappear after a certain amount of time? I've never used it, so. Hey, look at that. Swakriti Biswas. God, I'm just butchering these names. But thanks for subscribing. Yeah, I don't know if... I don't think he did it either. He doesn't seem like it. I think it's just she was abducted. But it could be somebody that she knows, because what are the odds that she gets abducted right when all of the people that she lived with aren't even there? That just seems strange. I mean, sure, it's possible, but it almost seems like somebody with prior knowledge, or they were scoping out the house and realized, look, you know, from afar, realizing, wow, she's the only one that's gone in there. Yeah, that's what I was saying. C12 Nation is... That's the only thing that the jog would be useful or relevant whatsoever, is that somebody followed her or saw her jogging and then started to sort of stalk her. But other than that, the jog part is meaningless. Oh, wow, she... You know, remember... Oh, she got abducted while jogging. You remember how sensationalistic those stories were right at the beginning? Let's see. So while she was abducted at 7:30, she called her mom and asked what was for dinner. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, how do you know she wasn't done jogging yet? Well, because she saw at 5:30 running, and it was 7:30 when she called her mom. Are you saying she went running for 2 hours? Okay. Yeah. I don't think so. I just explained why, Justin. No, I just explained it to you. She was running at 5:30. And then at 7:30, she called her mom. So she had already been done jogging. There's no death by jogging. Yeah, I mean, that's possible. I mean, I was saying up above, earlier in the conversation, how was she going to get to her mother's house? Maybe the person came by the house, and then she says, well, I'm going to my mom's house. And then that person said, you know, had already having nefarious intentions, thought, wow, what an easy way to get her out of the house without any, and into my car without any problem, because now she just wants a ride, and then once she gets in the car, boom, you know. Something like that. So he may have gone there with different intentions, like he was going to subdue her in the house somehow and take her out more violently. But heck, he was able to get her in the car peacefully. And then he pulls out a gun at some point, and, you know, who knows? Maybe he drove this way. If you're looking at this, maybe he took her and drove this way, you know. Just got the hell out of Dodge quick, you know. Just... That's crazy. You have these little side roads. You could probably drive like 100 miles. Look at these. That same side road right there goes straight into that same town that she worked at. Because she worked right here at Grinnell Regional Medical Center. So, I mean, this is the main road there. But this 39th Avenue goes 5th. That's wild. So 39th Avenue. So what do they call this right here? This Old 6 Road, like literally, yeah. So now right there it becomes 39th Avenue. Does this have Street View on it? No. But yeah, you can just take that all the way in. 15 miles. That's interesting. I want to out this one. I want everyone. I just want to out this out there. I have seen my fellow women exercise at night with earphones on phone ears, or on both ears, in areas down here in Houston. Yeah, that's not really smart. All right. Well, I don't really have much more to say. We talked about 4 and 20 meat pies. We talked about mainly about the disappearance of Mollie, and a little mixed in with a little Kanika there. And I'm hoping to get a few more dislikes. I think we've boosted up the likes too far at this point. Oh, really? 31? It never moved since that time. Come on, trolls, put a 32 on there. But if I see it go from 56 to 55, I'll know that one of you just switched to make me happy. All right, so everybody on here right now, if you'd like to like the video, I would appreciate it. If you want to dislike the video, I would appreciate it. Either way, hit one of those thumbs. Oh, 57. I know, Summer. I am a little nutty. You got it. I'll be honest there. Yes, I'd rather have you like it. It makes me feel better if you like it. Okay? But it has no effect. As Darrow told me earlier and taught me that the likes mean nothing. I bet she's got. I'm gonna check Facebook off to the side here. Come on. Hey, where are you, Darrow? You got to come back on now. No, really? Well, Darrow messaged me and said that the Iowa Division of Criminal Investigations said it is making progress Tuesday in the search for the missing Brooklyn woman. Yeah, I mean, progress, you know. Yeah. So, thank you, Darrow. I think I'm going to call it an evening here in a second, though. I think we have to do the... Yeah, Dubuque is where they were working. I think he's probably got a pretty solid alibi there. I wonder what the deal with the dogs is. That's a little strange. I'm not sure if they had a protective feeling towards her. Maybe she didn't know them that well, you know, the dogs. Because they were actually the dogs of Blake and his fiance, not the dogs of Dalton. At least that's what I'm getting at. Right, I doubt he did that. And they also might have been, I don't know how they contain the dogs. Maybe they have their, like, a fenced-in area at night, something like that. She's just there to feed them and, you know, that kind of thing. Well, yeah, I mean, it could be anybody. But we'll see. You know, we'll see how close we are. We might be so off on this whole thing. But I don't know. I'm feeling if the red shirt isn't missing, then we don't have to keep trying to figure out how to work that into a story. Although it doesn't really put much of a cog in theories. My theory is really based on the time. 7:30 the call, then she never contacts anybody again except for a Snapchat that the boyfriend may have opened up hours after it was sent. So we're looking, and the fact that she didn't call her mother makes me believe, you know, she didn't call the mother to say she wanted to come over for dinner, makes me believe that she disappeared between 7:30 and say 8:30. Something happened right after that phone call, or between 7:30 and 8:30. That's what I'm feeling. I could be wrong, you know. I've been wrong before, believe it or not. I know everyone thinks I think I'm always right, but I've been wrong. I'll admit it. Hey, no problem, everybody. Hey, thanks for everybody showing up. I think it's time for the Furious Freaks music. Where should we travel to this time on the globe? Where should we go this time, everybody? Darlene messaged me on Facebook and said, "Smash that dislike button." That's hilarious. Oh man. Because I said it doesn't matter, you know, dislike, like, they're all the same, really. Tibet, huh? Let's do it, man. All right. I'm going to get the Furious Freaks. Let me get to Tibet first, though. Hold on. Let me save what I've done. All right. Ah. All right, here we go. All right, let's start over. Here we go. There we go. Wow, that's kind of cool over there. I must admit. That's right, freaks! All right, everybody. Hey, thank you all for showing up tonight. I really appreciate it. Make sure you pound the dislike or like button. I don't really give a damn. And again, thank you. And until next time, everybody, be safe out there. We'll do one more trip up in the air with it. And good night.